The final stage of a project to renovate St Edmunds Cathedral has taken place. The last piece of a new vaulted ceiling has been put in place, ending 9 years of work. The ceiling is made out of 6,000 tonnes of oak, and its design is inspired by King's College, Cambridge. It's part of the Millennium Project, which also funded the building of the cathedral's new tower 4 years ago.
A lot of thought went into the pre-planning of how to construct it and how to design the construction, how to transport it here and get it up to the top. But with all that pre-thought, it's gone remarkably well.
An historic house in Essex has won a national award for the quality of its toilets. Leomani Tower near Colchester has won the Loo of the Year award for a new toilet block in its Grade 1 listed gatehouse. The toilets are part of a £1 million redevelopment project at the privately owned stately home.
Now, yesterday on the programme, we discovered that you are very passionate people.
Very passionate indeed.
Well, when it comes to the state of our roads, you are. We're talking potholes.
Of course. Now, after yesterday's report, we were inundated with your emails. Here are just a few more of them. Thank you very much for that. On the topic of possibly raising tax to pay for the repairs, James Harvey from Hingham asks, why should we have to pay for a job that's not done correctly in the first place and the public has already paid for?
Alice in Cambridge complains the holes filled last November before the frost and snow are already defective. A complete waste of time and money.
But not everyone is complaining. Take this one, for example, from Mr Dixon from Lowestoft, who writes, I phoned my council about a pothole in my road and within half an hour it had been filled. So it does seem that work is being done in some areas, doesn't it?
Yes, that's right. Yesterday we showed you some of the many potholes on Plumstead Road, one of the busiest roads in Norwich. Well, today workmen were busy repairing them. A relief for the thousands of car drivers, motorcyclists and cyclists who use it every day.
In Bedford alone, the Borough Council having to spend £200,000 to repair potholes in and around the town. Crews were already busy at work today, as you can see.
With this really bad weather we've had, as I said, 2 weeks of under zero temperatures, we've seen the roads crack up. You can see the potholes appearing almost as you look at them, and we actually need to do something about that now.
But for people living on Defoe Road in Ipswich, the waiting goes on. More and more potholes have appeared over the last few weeks, and people living there say it's becoming very dangerous. Cyclist Maxine Parker wants something done quickly before someone gets seriously hurt.
It is horrendous because to try and avoid them, you've actually got to come out quite a way. So if I've got to sort of pass one, I would tend to go in towards the curb and wait so that I can get by when the cars have gone. Because, to go actually down them, you risk sort of really coming off and hurting yourself.
Well, Maxine's view is reflected in other emails we received as well. Here's another one. You seem to have forgotten motorcyclists for whom a pothole could have fatal circumstances. Now, that one is from Mike Bardwell in Dis.
Yes, and we'll give John in Sheringham the last line on this. He says that the amount we pay in tax, the roads should be gold-plated.
I wonder how long they'd last if they were. Thank you very much for all of those. Of course, get in touch with us with any other story. That's our final word on potholes for now, isn't it?
Thank you.
But, of course, the email address survives. It's jonathan&becky@itv.com. Do give us a call or even write in with any emails you've got on any story you'd like us to mention on Anglia Tonight. Now then, mention spies, and it conjures up images of dinner jackets and martinis, shaken, not stirred, moneypenny. Quite good, eh? Aston Martins, casinos, and, of course, glamorous women.
Sounds like your sort of world.
Perfect.
But the more shadowy world of spying is the focus of a new exhibition at Cambridge University.
Of course, the university has its own strong links with the spy world. The names of Philby, Blunt, Burgess and Maclean, still infamous, of course. Our man in Cambridge, Stuart Leiths, reports.
Listen very carefully. I'm at Cambridge University Library, where they've got a new exhibition of declassified information that gives an insight into the history of spies and spying.
I hope that people will find it very exciting to see these original documents which were produced in the real course of spying. This isn't fiction or film, it's genuine archival documents produced by secret agents and by their controllers. So it's real hands-on stuff.
The exhibition goes back as far as biblical times, with this page from the book of Joshua detailing how spies gained access to Jericho. It also features a letter from Winston Churchill written when he was Chancellor in 1925, expressing his anger at being refused access to information gathered by spies, saying the words monstrous and intolerable leap readily to mind.
One of my favourite things in the entire exhibition is a telegram written in 1918 saying that 2 Russian revolutionaries are making their way from Russia to Italy to cause trouble there, and they're going to go through Germany, and they're being followed by 2 Czechs who will try to kill them.
Also among the documents are university report cards for the men who became known as the Cambridge Five: Anthony Blunt, Kim Philby, Guy Burgess, Donald Maclean and John Cairncross. They were part of a UK spy network which passed information to the Soviet Union during the Second World War. So on the basis of that information I've given you, you might want to come and have a look for yourself. The exhibition is free, but if you do come, don't say you've seen me. Stuart Leiths, Anglia News, Cambridge.
OK, Stuart. Now here's what to expect on the national news in just a couple of minutes.
That's my fault, I'm afraid. I talked about spring on the way, didn't I?
Yeah, of course. And now we're possibly getting snow. Amanda, what's all this about?
Sorry.
Don't go overboard, and I certainly won't go rushing out and buying a sledge just yet.
OK.
There is the chance there could be something a little bit wintry tomorrow, and basically there is a band of rain heading in from the west. Now, it kind of gets stuck in the middle of the UK as it travels towards the east, and it more or less fizzles out. However, it could just edge a touch closer, and if it does, and the air is cold enough, 1 or 2 places could see some snow. But if there is any, there should only be a couple of centimetres, although most of us will avoid it altogether. So don't think you'll be getting out of going to school tomorrow. Anyway, let's get the rest of the weather.
And that is all we've got time for this evening. Thanks so much for joining us. See you tomorrow, I hope.
Bye-bye.
Bye.